Alright. Just got down here to the office. It's Friday, yard sale day. I hope everybody is out there hitting yard sales. I hope you're fortunate enough to be one of those people that are out there able to hit the streets today and go get that real inventory, because everybody knows, like, the yard sales are where all the good shit is. But anyways, you know, I'm about to head out for the day. Like, I haven't even been out there all summer. This is the first time I'd hit it like one day. So I'm going to be out there. Yeah, so like I want to sit here and do like give some feedback about, because when I see a company that is doing good and believes in the same standards of quality and excellence that I do, my same values, I like to reward that company with some good publicity and some free advertising, because it's not all negative. You know, I'm not one of those. I am probably one of the most positive people you'll ever meet and the most optimistic people. So don't get me wrong about the whole like negative shit. You know, it's just another thing people can just basically hate on you and talk shit about. You know, it's like they always got to have something. People always got to have something that they can like rag on you about. You know, oh, that motherfucker, he's too he's broke. Oh, he's too rich. He's too positive. He's too negative. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta just like ignore those fucks, because it's YouTube. If you want to watch my channel, then you do that. And if you don't want to watch the channel, don't fucking watch it, dude. It's not showing up. It's not even like TV where you're just having on a channel and this dude just pops up and you're like, oh, god damn this motherfucker. I can't stand this asshole. This is bullshit. You know, don't fucking watch it, man. I don't really honestly give a fuck if like 2 people ever watch this video. Is not really my concern. You know, I sort of do videos more. I do things that I think are funny to me. That basically, at the end of the day, if I'm the only one watching it, getting my shits and gigs out of it, that's fine. I'm totally cool with that, you know, guys, whatever. So, okay, a company that's been on my radar, this is an update on the Bonanza case study experiment that I've been following. I have someone, the subject has, you know, a few dozen transactions, not much feedback. They leave feedback at a ratio that seems to be less than Amazon. And the subject had, not that many feedbacks yet. You know, they're still getting new in the game. Nobody's really that grizzled and experienced on Bonanza. Everybody's just kind of trying it out. So, yeah, what happened is he sold a unit to a customer that was, it fell into the category of, like, when a customer buys something that they have false expectations about exactly how it's going to work, or they just buy it on accident, or, you know, mistakes happen, or they can't get it to work. So, basically, that's what happened. You know, it was a working item. There was, you know, the guy bought the wrong thing, and classic, you know, just trying to be a dick, goes on there and leaves them some negative feedback, which the feedback system is great. We all understand why that's there and why that exists. But when you get a company that kind of understands how it is, like, if you have 1,000 feedback and you get a negative, it's not the end of the world. But if you only have a few and you get one, it kind of is the end of the world. And it's really great to see a company that sort of understands that. Like, here's the difference between Bonanza and eBay. Usually when you send eBay, eBay, they should change the name of that now to like 8 hours a week on the phone. Or that should be like their tagline, like, eBay, a place where you have to spend mandatory 8 hours a week on the phone. Especially now with the seller standard. Like, now, before you could just kind of let that shit go. Now you got to sit there and get on the phone for 2 hours and try to train an employee, basically, on different issues and try to maybe see if you, I mean, a lot of times they'll end up seeing it your way, but it might take you 2-3 hours on the phone of your time that you're not getting paid for. And I'm sorry, it's 2014, dude. Nobody likes getting on the phone, sitting there calling you. Like, you can't do anything else. You have to basically allot a little bit of time out of your day, like a few hours, and say, well, I guess I can't do jack shit for the next 2 hours because I'm going to be sitting here going back and forth with these assholes on the phone over a little $2 bullshit that I don't even care about. But now that the seller standards are, now that the bar is being raised and the rules are being changed halfway through the game, just all willy-nilly, you know, then I guess now you have to call every single time when you have a tiny little bullshit issue. So you will, like, usually you can call eBay, which in this day and age, not really an option, dude. It's not like a viable, I don't call anything. I friggin' do everything online now. I don't like to sit there on the phone. I just like doing things online better. It's easier for me. And pretty much 99% of everyone else in the world right now. So it's not like I'm some weirdo because I don't like to... I wasn't alive in the 50s and the 60s, 70s when there wasn't internet and all you had is a phone and you're used to just putting something to your ear and talking to people to get things accomplished, you know, like there's a better way. So like eBay, okay, so try to email eBay about something. You should just do it as a test because the only times I've tried, I had an issue that I ended up calling into the radio show. First thing I did was I tried to put a post on that Thrift Hunters, you know, Thrifting with the Boys. You got like 10,000 eBay people on there, sellers, and you ask a question. You know, I put a post on there that said, I mean, it couldn't have really been more neutral. I knew what I was doing. I was trying to honestly get some constructive answers because it cannot be found within eBay itself. So... and it was kind of like a site-wide glitch. It was a glitch with their billing system. So I kind of put it out there to see if maybe, you know, a couple dozen other people might be going through the exact same shit as me right now. Because they told me on the phone that other people, one dude told me that they were getting other cases of that happening. And then everybody else just played completely dumb. I called the radio show. There was like, you call up and Griff's on there. And first off, they want your eBay ID, which is like totally invasive. Like, dude, so you want me to just put my eBay ID up on your public radio show and just expose myself to flaming and trolls and all this shit because you have a system that doesn't, you don't have my back, eBay. If some hater out there wants to destroy my account, it's really possible when they have your ID. That's why the whole thing about, oh, like I'm going to just social media, my eBay items, like I'm just going to go on post on Facebook for the entire world. Hey, here's my eBay ID in case you ever want to ruin my life for like $6.99 out of your, and like 10 minutes out of your time. You can totally ruin my life if you want, you know. So they want your email ID or your eBay ID, and they misheard me anyways, and they don't check it. So you're best, if you call in there, you're best to just give them a fake ID because no point. I mean, they don't care. There's no reason. There's no reason. Don't act like you give a shit who we are. I'll give you my personal information off the air. But so you call in, and it was like the day they were doing the seller friggin' updates back when they first announced it, I think. The August seller update. It was back in like spring. So you call up, and there's like the vice president of PayPal. You have like all these senior executives like right there on the phone on the radio show. So I call in because, wait, let me go back to the Thrifting with the Boys thing. That's because that's somebody on there before they banned me. Someone luckily wrote me a message and said, hey, why don't you try the eBay radio show? Because it's going to be on today. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. I forgot about that, you know. The reason why you ask on a friggin' forum, so possibly you could get a little bit of feedback like that, or maybe some idea you're not seeing. I mean, and so I post that on there, and right away, within like 15 seconds, that Jason T. Smith douche with the beard, in my opinion, you know, I don't know 100% if he really is made of a silicone type plastic and his sole purpose in life is to cleanse out a vagina. I don't know all that of his anatomy, his human anatomy, or what he has done to his body or whatever. So I can't really say he's a complete douche, but I think I can say that's my opinion, that I consider that dude a douche because of my history with him and my dealings with the guy. So I go on there, I post that, a question to try to ask, is anyone else having this problem with this billing thing? Seems to be a glitch in the eBay system. And that guy comes on there and starts, like, the first thing he says is, hey man, this ain't the place to bash eBay. Like, that right there that told me that Thrift Hunter show is 100% sponsored by eBay. Like, they should be running eBay commercial. If they were being on the up and up, they would be like, hey, the show's sponsored by eBay, at the end in a message or something. Because obviously the dude he tells you he's on eBay's payroll. You can look at his paychecks. He gets paychecks from eBay. But I guess being a teacher going around giving speeches, I guess somewhere in the fine print in your contract, you have to just suck eBay's butthole for life or what? I don't get that. But so I post on there, my question. And first thing he says back is like, this ain't a place to bash eBay. And I said, yeah, dude, I'll have to go back. I still have the messages. Maybe I'll make a video about it sometime and post them. But I was like, dude, I'm not bashing eBay, bro. I'm just trying to get an answer because maybe someone on here knows and I can't find it anywhere else. Because eBay's forum, go on there. Is there a section for like problems with your account? Or complaints and concerns? Is there like go look on the eBay forums and tell me if you can even find anything that even resembles anything of a problem solution type deal. Because the way their forum is set up, maybe there's a place for it, but it buries it so far back in there, the average person is never going to find it. So, and that all happened after the hack. People were on there like, after that huge negligent hack they had, like people were posting updates about what was going on the streets, and they buried all that way down there. You'll never find those threads. So I try to look on the forums, everything. There's no answers anywhere. I tell the dude, come on, man, I'm just trying to get some shit. And he proceeds to just continue to rag on me like I'm some bitch. Like he's basically insinuating like that I'm a loser and you need to just be positive, and this ain't a place for ragging on eBay. Well, dude, I'm sorry if asking a question about a problem that eBay a mistake. Heavens no, a mistake. eBay doesn't make mistakes. No. So I'm trying to get a response on this friggin' mistake. And he just proceeds to, like, bash me like I'm some friggin' loser, like, in public, too. Like, right there in a public forum, every single picker in the whole country is seeing this asshole just sit here and fucking rag on me like I'm just some bitch. And that's when I just started being, like, I kind of started going off on the dude. I was like, bro, I know you're getting paid by eBay and you're a shill and all that, but, and I didn't do this until it was pretty, he basically kind of said, like, say one more thing and I'm banning you. And I told him one more thing that was totally valid. And so anyways, he bans me. And then we had a little personal message thing going back and forth where I just kind of just went off on the dude and was like, you know what, bro, fuck you for trying to make yourself out to be like, if I'm not mistaken, you're like on eBay's payroll to help out beginners and help people deal with their issues, bro. If you don't want to do your fucking job, then get the fuck away from, I don't know. Go fucking run in a corner and fucking suck on your big toe. I don't know, dude, but your job that you get paid for is supposed to be to help people and shit. So anyways, not long story short, because it's long story long, but luckily one person, thank you, I can't remember who you are, but thank you for giving me that idea. And then I go ahead and call into the show, get on there. I'm on there with like vice presidents of PayPal and all this shit, like the top people in the company. If anyone should be able to, I don't expect you to know everything when you run a company, but dude, you better damn well be able to know where to send me. Because when someone hits you up with something, you need to be able to be like, oh, you know what? I don't know that, but you know, here's a personal extension for like John and account problems or whatever. I know this guy, he's a good guy. He'll get you all laced up and we'll figure this out. But no, dude, you call on there and those idiots are like, they're just like, I don't know, man. And that's it. They don't tell you. And then Griff kind of jumps in there and goes, oh, well, I don't know either, dude. They don't know nothing. You know, oh, any sort of problems or issues, you don't know nothing. You're just that dude. Oh, I know nothing. Yeah, well, isn't that profitable for you short term? I don't know about the long term, but yeah, I mean, way to save money. Oh, that's a good way to run a company. Just don't deal with any problems. You'll save a ton of money. Run some shitty ass website that has all these stupid little amateur glitches that you should be able to just go on the site and repair. But no, it takes you like years and years to do that because you're probably treat the IT people like such shit and you're trying to save money and your website hasn't been updated in like 20 years and I don't know, dude. You're fucking lame with that, dude, with that whole website thing. Like, you're a website. You're eBay.com. You're an internet company. So, like, you don't have any physical locations. All you have is, like, that web real estate. And you can't even do that right. It's just, like, what am I supposed to think about a company that has that much resources and that much money? And they can't even run a friggin' website, dude. Like, you really suck at life, at what you do. I have no idea how you still survive to this very day. But, so yeah, none of those guys had any answers for me. They have nothing. Griff tells me, friggin', you know, email these numbers. He sends me, like, some automatic friggin' form letter. And the funniest thing is, when Griff sends you the email, the standard form letter email, then, when he sends you that email, bro, it actually says on there, it's hilarious, it says, you know, contact that Jason T. Smith. It has as one of the top people, it says, you know, contact this Jason T. Smith dude from Thrift Hunters. He's there to help eBay sellers. And I just laughed at that. And I actually told Griff, you know, hey, I already did try hitting up one of those guys, that Jason T. Smith guy, and, he's not doing his job, so you guys might want to think about getting rid of that dude because he doesn't do shit to help you, and he's just a total dick. He's an asshole, and he treats you like you're bashing eBay when you're asking a legitimate question. I'm sorry, dude. If someone makes a mistake and I ask a question about the mistake, that's not my bad. That's not me being negative. That's you. You're fucking bad, dude. You did it, not me. So don't be sitting here demonizing me because I want to bring up the fact. It's like, god damn, man. So, okay, basically, I responded to the email, and you just don't even get a response. I don't know how many other people this has happened to on eBay, but it's like, god damn, man. You can email them, and they don't even write you back. That's why everyone calls and wastes their time doing that, because there's no point even emailing. There's nothing that's going to happen with that. Like, Amazon, when you email them, it actually... they're showing you that they're accountable because they open an actual case with a case number, and that case will get resolved. Like, when you have a question to them, that's a case. You know, that's Amazon saying, okay, time for us to do our job as good as we can. You know, we have a consumer or an issue with one of our customers. We're going to show them that we take your shit seriously, dude. We give you a case number with a case. And we're going to deal with that case, even if it takes a couple days or whatever. And then you got Bonanza, which is just the coolest shit, man, because I hope they keep it like this, too, as they grow. I hope they just keep hiring more local, just normal people up there in Seattle, because you hit them up, dude, and overnight, within like 24 hours, you'll get a response and you can tell it's an actual real person. And they just took care of that shit for my buddy. And I want to say that, you know, obviously you don't want to game the system, and we're all on the site together. Anytime you have a really poor seller or whatever, it technically does hurt all of us because it's hurting the site. But there's a little bit of give and take. Like, it almost kind of seems like they actually value the sellers on that site. Like, they're trying something new with that. They're going to, like, be the first company in history that says, you know, like, we actually do appreciate you selling on here, because without you, we would have nothing. And it's kind of smart, I think, because if you can bring those sellers over there with their goods, then the buyers will come. It's not like what good is a site that has a million buyers aren't going to be on a site that doesn't have a million corresponding items for them to buy? It just doesn't work like that. I think that the sellers come on first and the inventory brings the customer in. I don't know. That's just one of my theories on it, but I don't have anything to back that up 100%. But, you know, maybe it's interesting to see someone actually take that approach, because you actually get, like, they will solve your problem. You'll get a friggin' response with a friggin' smiley face in the response. Like, the way they talk to you on Bonanza, like, when you go sign up for an account and, like, look at the site, how good it looks. Like, the site is a really good looking site. It looks clean. It looks clean, and it works. And the things that don't work, this is another thing I like about them. They actually have, like, a forum on there where you can give suggestions of features you want, and they get voted up, and they happen because they used to have it where you could only put, like, when you go to upload pictures, you know how, like on Amazon, how you have to just hit a picture and then upload. You can't do, like, multiple pictures. You can't hold down control and do multiple pictures like on eBay. And so I hit up Bonanza on that thing, and I was like, hey, why don't you have it so we can do that? Just hold down control and do multiple, upload like 8 pictures at once. And that ended up happening. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because they actually, like, listen to your and they're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, dude. We're going to do that. And so it's the whole difference between a company that runs their shit like that and a company that just don't give a fuck. And the companies you know, like, the better companies actually do care, and they're trying to improve their service all the time. And they have, like, a mission of, like, liking people. Like, it's crazy when you go on there and sign up. Look at how the site is, how it operates. It's clean. And then look at, like, how they treat you. That's the craziest thing about them, is, like, you'll go to sign up and they send you, like, a welcome email, and it's just weird because you, like, feel like they actually really do sort of care. Like, it does seem like a fun kind of atmosphere, and they act like they appreciate your business. It's crazy. I mean, it's like, wow, that's awesome. You could almost, like, not pay me as much money and I would still like you better, because I just want to feel like I'm valuable to the situation. Like, you actually give shit. You know, that is really cool. Good job. That's a good way to, there's little things you know, when you're starting a company and maybe you don't have the money advantages of the other companies, and maybe you don't have the traffic and the marketing and word of mouth and all that, but you do things that you can do that can make your company better, that maybe don't cost you a bunch of money. Just little things that show people that you care, and that's just the whole difference between them and someone like an eBay. They are, like, willing to help you. They're willing to handle shit. It happens fast. It seems like you're talking to a real person who's actually, like, in there in Seattle, speaks English, knows about the company. It's, like, just really cool. I mean, that I can't say enough good things about Bonanza. I was kind of worried when my buddy had that feedback thing, and, you know, obviously you deserve negative feedback if you do something fraudulent or something like that, you know. You do deserve that, but we all know how it is with the feedback thing, dude. It shouldn't just be able to break your business to get something like that happen, you know. It's like not that big a deal, dude. I mean, the customer basically got an item they bought. They bought the title of the item, and the picture of the item was the item they ordered. I mean, or, like, when someone gets a refund after the customer already has, after it's, okay, let's say worst case scenario, the deal didn't work out. The customer's refunded. Basically, I mean, did that deal ever really even happen? It kind of did, but really, I mean, are you really going to hold it against the seller forever and kick him also one other time when he's already refunded the money? It's not like he was a pain in the ass about refunding money or anything like that, you know? It's just a good way to run a business, I think, the way Bonanza does it. So I'm going to keep these videos coming with this Bonanza thing, because I just really like to just plug this company. I think it's a good company. I think it's a good option for people as an alternative to eBay. Like, if you put up Bonanza versus eBay head to head, Bonanza's going to come out on top. Personally, that's what I think. That's my opinion. We'll see how it goes, but I think you guys should go over there and start putting items up there, man, and let's start getting that place cracking over on that side, because they just, let's see how it is, you know, let's see where it goes. It's something new. It's just, you already know what eBay is, and it ain't changing, so I would rather, like, just try something else. Maybe you would too, you know, it's viable. Alright, that's it.